Today I'm taking off with big and terrifying plan in my head. For the first time I want to fly into the high mountains in the back and survive the experience. If you look with me at the sky behind, you will see sun-blocking layers of cirrus clouds. It was like that since the morning, so unfortunately the day hasn't started yet. I see that other pilots are struggling in weak thermals. After a short while of scratching, I decide to move on to the other side of the valley as I'm seeing the sun slowly warming up that area. The glide is uneventful, but I'm committed to getting through. On the other side I can feel that the slope is already starting to work. I keep in mind that thermals are periodic events, so if it wasn't here then, yes, there's a big one now. First climb of the day that takes me almost to the cloud base. From here I can see the high mountains in the back I wish to fly into. But will I have the courage to go there? For now, I need to focus on getting to Kern. There's a lot of shadow below. When I'm next to the peak, I fly without getting any good climb. I pass the ridge to the more sunny side and search for the lift there. That cloud in front of me? I still don't know why I didn't fly straight under it. After a while of fooling around, I'm at the cloud base, ready for crossing to Stall Ridge. During the transition, I try to understand the valley winds that blows between the ridges of Stall and Polovnik. It will be helpful in a minute, as I want to return through the Polovnik Ridge. It's a route I wasn't able to take last time I flew here. The valley wind is clear. Now I focus on the turbulence at the beginning of the Stall Ridge. It's very strong today. I try to dampen it in my harness by counterbalancing my body weight and staying sharp on my active pilotage. The west wind is getting stronger and I don't have a lot of forward speed. I decide to max the climb at Stall Peak and head back to the Polovnik. Here, the valley wind creates a lee side behind this rocky rip, so I aim to its front. After finding the climb, flying Polovnik Ridge is pure pleasure. Strong thermals are everywhere, and the cloud base at 2600 meters is such a joy to fly. There's also plenty of landing options to the left and in the valley below. But for now, back to Kern. I use the little cloud that pops right over my head to top the altitude and then fly to the next cloud that forms on the ridge leading to Kern. The moment of big decision is coming inevitably. Please let me explain why it's such a big deal to me. You see, I've never flown in a place with very remote landing options that I knew nothing about. At this point, in my mind, flying over the Rocky Mountains is like crossing the Rubicon. What if there won't be any thermals? What if I lose too much height and will get stuck in the valley wind? And what if the landing that looks so nice from above is actually sloppy, small, filled with bone-breaking rocks shithole? While all these doubts are running through my head, I see a couple of gliders flying towards the mountains I'm aiming for. And it definitely looks like they're finding good climbs out there. It's time to fly. I reach the first summit and yeah, there's a climb straight to the cloud, 2500 meters, and the next is Vogel, with big welcoming cloud over it. Is just as I suspected. The thermals are everywhere. But to be honest, at this point I'm super stressed out. The west wind is getting stronger and my landing options are... just look at it. I don't feel comfortable landing anywhere in that region. Valleys, trees, lee sides, you name it. I decide to move one peak further and plan my glide out from the area. I don't even think of going back to Kobala as I'm too scared of getting into the lee side or the valleys of the mountains to my right. If I don't know the area, I don't push too hard. Simple. Instead, I focus on gliding as far as possible to the Socha riverbed over this 8.5 kilometer rip of green forest. I really hope there's a nice place to land at the end of it. When I watch this clip now, I think I could have flown to the mountain on the right, but I didn't do it, so I don't regret it. Finally, I'm over Kneža town and I see a very nice place to land. I assess the valley wind speed by flying in both directions. It helps me position myself properly above the landing. The wind is around 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. I try to keep away from the lee side of the trees in front, and then I land. I didn't die. It was hell of an adventure and another big lesson of what's flying all about. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe. Cheers!